Om Shri Sai Salam everyone. Welcome to a warm welcome to all of you on this very special Friday evening. A lot of things going on, but I think Swami brought all of us here together to listen to this very amazing speaker today. Welcome Dr. Sola and his family. His parents are here today, so I want to give all of them a very warm welcome. Also, other than that, we have all our YAs from the region, entire region coming in now, driving in for the YA retreat tomorrow. We want all of you to have a wonderful experience here in Sai Center, and our warm welcome from all of us. And also the YA speaker is also here, special speaker, Mr. Krishna Puga, or Dr. Krishna Puga is here. So we want to recognize him as well. So please do enjoy today evening. I'm going to invite our devotion coordinator, Brother Venkat, to come and introduce Dr. Sola. Sai Ram.
My humble pronounced video the figure for everyone. Welcome today for a special session with Dr.Srikanth Sola. The topic is Sadhana Clinic with Dr. Sola, common spiritual ailments and their cure. It's a timely topic for us since we are doing a lot of progress towards Swami's birthday. This is really very, very timely for us. A brief introduction about our speaker today for the benefit of those who are hearing him for the first time. Dr. Sola has visited us multiple times before. So Dr. Sola came into Swami's fold in 1990. As a medical student, he applied to work at Sri Sathya Sai's super specialty hospital in Puttaparthi. But the divine timing had not yet come and he was unsuccessful. He tried 2 more times during his residency and during the cardiology fellowship training, but again, it was not to be. In 2008, the director of Swami Super Specialty Hospital in Whitefield approached Bhagavan and asked his permission to hire another cardiologist for the hospital. Bhagavan and then replied, one American cardiology doctor is already coming. A short time later, Dr. Sola joined Sri Sathya Sai Super Specialty Hospital at Bangalore. He worked there for 10 years and continues to serve in Swami Hospital in an honorary basis. In 2018, Dr. Sola branched out from cardiology to launch a green tech startup that provides solutions for clean air, clean water, and climate change mitigations. He is a graduate of Stanford and Duke universities, completed part of his medical school education at Harvard, and is a former cardiologist at Cleveland Clinic. Dr. Sola has been awarded Who is Who in America, Who is Who in Science and Engineering, and was named one of America's top cardiologists by the Consumers Research Council of America. He has authored more than 40 scientific articles in international peer-reviewed journals, has several patents to his credits, and serves as a co-editor or reviewer for several scientific journals. So without any more delay, I invite Dr. Sola to cure our spiritual ailments through these sadhanas. Sai Ram.
My humble pranams at the lotus feet of our beloved Bhagavan. Respected elders, dear brothers and sisters, Yadadat Sai Ram to you all. So you're all scattered like flowers falling under a tree. Those of you who are sitting on the floor, come up closer so I can see you and make fun of you. Please come. That fellow with the 2 phones last time, is he here? No? We'll see if I can make some fun. Yes. Okay. All right. So, you know, one time when I was at the Cleveland Clinic, we had done an angioplasty operation on a gentleman who had a blockage in his heart. And he was a lovely gentleman from West Virginia, a bit stout. And after the operation was over, I went to him, his family, and I said the operation was a success. And these are the medicines you need to take after your surgery. And these are the diet restrictions you need to take. You know, don't eat fatty foods, don't eat a lot of sugary things, you know, eat a simple plain diet, etc. And then he asked me, Doc, I have one question. I said, yes. He says, can I still eat ice cream every day after my angioplasty? I said, no. So when we come to our spiritual practice, sometimes we need a doctor to advise us. Now, I'm not coming here to tell you what to do. Just think of me as like, you know, remember when you were in high school, or let's say, remember when you were in college? Are you in, what are you studying? Are you graduated? What grade are you in? You're going to be a senior. Wow, you must be really smart, right? Okay? And you're really tired also. But remember when you were a freshman? You're in college, right? Okay, so remember when you were a freshman and you saw the seniors like, wow, they're so smart. They know everything, yeah? Now you're a senior, you're like, you know? Exactly. So same thing happens, so just think of it that way. No, I'm just like one class, maybe a few months, you know, just telling you, you'd go to your seniors and get advice, so that's how we'll take today's session. Having said that, there are common ailments that I see amongst Sai devotees that push us back, that keep us from moving forward, right? Last time I was here, we talked about how Swami says, you know, take one step towards me, and what? I'll take 100 steps towards you, right? But what happens is we often try to take one step towards Swami, and then we take 10 steps back. And the reason is because of these lapses in our sadhana. In fact, once Swami was asked, this was in Vrindavan, he said, a devotee came to ask Swami, Swami, there are devotees who've been living here for decades now, you know, in your direct presence. They've been doing their sadhana for so long, and Swami, how come they're still like this? And Swami said, see, when you do your sadhana, it's like, remember, have you seen those kite strings that you have in India? So you wound them up on a spool, right? So what happens is, as you're winding up the string, Swami says, that is like the sadhana. That's the merit that you gain from your sadhana, your spiritual practice. And then Swami said, but what happens is that in a moment of weakness, when they lack discipline, it's like they drop that spool of thread, and all the sadhana that they have done comes undone like this. This is a common myth. How many of us have done this? Let's see a show of hands. Everybody? Ma'am, you haven't? Yes? You want to raise 2 hands. All of us have done this, yes? So what I want to do today is help us to understand how to avoid dropping that spool of thread, how to avoid letting that sadhana get unwound. Otherwise, all the good that we do gets undone. It's like filling your car with gas, and then you have a hole in your gas tank. No, it doesn't work. So this is what we want to avoid. So what's the first problem? How many YAs are here? Can I see a show of hands? Okay. So what's your name, sister? Swarupa, and in the yellow? Sanjana. Okay, Swarupa and Sanjana. So you guys are in college, or you're working? Where are you? Congratulations. You must be even smarter. Okay. All right. And Swarupa? Sanjana. Okay. Okay. So you're like, wow, she's so smart, yeah? Okay. All right. So you just finished high school, right? And you just graduated from college. And now what are you going to do? Do you know?
I don't know. I'm looking for a job.
All right, all right. So Swami says, first be clear, then everything will follow automatically. First be clear, then everything will follow automatically. One of the issues that we face in our sadhana is we lack this clarity. We just don't have, we come to the Sai Center, we do our bhajans, then we go around in our daily life, and we come back and we forget about Swami, and then Sunday comes, maybe we come back to the center again. Yeah, does this routine sound familiar? Once in a while we pray to Swami, we're like, Om Sai Ram, Om Sai Ram, Om Sai Ram, Om Sai Ram. Then we look at our phone, and then it's all gone, right? You've done this too, ma'am, yes? Okay, so having that clarity is important. What are we here for? What's the purpose of life? So how many young adults on this side? You look like a young adult, yes, with the big beard and everything. Okay, all right. So what are we here for? What's the purpose of birth? To figure out why we're here. And why are we here? That's the question. You asked me a question, so that's not fair. All right, how about you? Self-realization. What does self-realization mean? Okay, so you don't know. All right. In the pink shirt, what's your name, brother? Prashant. Now, Prashant is sitting here looking very smug. Okay? Prashant, what is self-realization?
What is self-realization?
Yes. Now you sit up straight. Yes. All right.
Having awareness of my higher power throughout.
Okay. Still not correct. All right. How many other young adults here? Okay. Sister. Yes.
I feel like it's to merge with Swami, to die, to merge with Swami.
But give her a hand. No, come on, you guys. Give her some help. Like poke her in the side and give her some. What else? So self-realization, Swami says, is knowing that only God exists and nothing other than God exists at any time or at any place. This is what self-realization is. All the stuff about merging, smurging, and all that stuff is all silly things, no? It's about knowing that only God exists and nothing else but God exists at any time or at any place. So if you have this clarity in your life, this is the purpose of birth. This is why I have this body. I'm not the body, but I have temporarily, for a little while, a body. Just like you probably have a car outside in the parking lot, but you're not that car. The car is just the vehicle that got you here, but you're definitely not your car, right? So in the same way, your body is the vehicle through which you experience this life, and then self-realization is the purpose of that birth. So once we were with Swami in an interview, and my wife Shivani, she said, Swami, give us full and complete self-realization. And this was in a hospital interview. So imagine, one of the benefits of working in Swami's hospital is that every year he would give us all a family interview. So we would go in batches from the hospital, from the Whitefield hospitals, both the super and the general hospitals, and then we would go in groups and he would give us all interviews. And we would go and sing bhajans, and Swami was very free with us when we would sit in the mandirs, all the doors and windows of the mandir would be locked, and 2 hours we would be with Swami. Swami would give a short discourse, and then everybody would have their family time with him. And so Swami was walking by, Shivani said, Swami, give us full and complete self-realization. Imagine asking the Lord this. Swami said, I will give, I will give. And then when our turn came to be with Swami, again she asked, and Swami said, self-realization? It's very simple. He said, self-confidence is the foundation. Then you have the walls, which are what? What are the walls? Self-satisfaction. Then you have self-sacrifice, which is the roof, and then you get self-realization. Then he put his hands like this and he said, simple. And that's it. It starts with self-confidence. Self-confidence is not the same as self-esteem. Okay? Self-confidence means I am God. Okay? I am the Atma. I'm a divine being. I am love. I am bliss. This is what that self-confidence means. Does that make sense? Have you ever done this? Tell me your name again. Nandita? Sanjana and? Swarupa. Okay, so victim 1, 2, 3. All right. All right. So it starts with that self-confidence, right? And then you have self-satisfaction. Self-satisfaction, what does that mean? Any idea? Contentment, even-mindedness, right? Being like this, yes? Nowadays, I don't see that, especially amongst the young adults, no? Especially amongst the young adults. Most of your minds are going doing, 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 doing like this all day long. Is that right? Yeah? Yeah, it is, no? Are you a young adult or are you outside of the YA range group? You're a young adult? You also? Okay. Uncle? No. Okay. All right. And in the green shirt? Yes? Okay. Is that right? Is that a fair assessment? Minds are jumping up and down all the time? Yeah? Ladies? Pretty much, no? So that self-contentment is not there. How do we get that? Any idea? Can we start by steadying the mind a little bit? Yes, can we try that? So let's do the thumb meditation together. Get your thumb out. Keep it in front of you. It doesn't matter what thumb you hold, what level you hold it, which thumb you use. It doesn't really matter. And just hold your thumb in front of you, and we're just going to watch it, okay, for 12 seconds. So let's begin and just watch. And stop, okay? So you'll have some thoughts, right? But what will happen is, as you do this again and again, the thoughts will slowly die down. And what will happen is you learn to become the witness of those thoughts. So really, if you want to achieve self-satisfaction, the trick is to become the witness, okay? The trick is to become the witness. You're looking at the outside world, and you're just being the witness. Now, it doesn't mean that, if you're in your workplace or your home, somebody is, let's say, about to walk into the street in front of a car that they don't see, you're going to go and help them, right? Use common sense. But being the witness means you're just watching. You're just watching. And this thumb meditation is an excellent way to learn how to be that witness. Let's do it again, this time for a little bit longer. Get your thumb out. Again, it doesn't matter how high or far away you hold it. And just watch. And stop. So self-confidence is a foundation. self-satisfaction is the walls, then you have self-sacrifice, which is the roof. What does that mean? Any idea? What does self-sacrifice mean? So this is how I do with my patients, right? So most doctors will talk to their patients and tell them what to do, right? And all the patient hears is wah, 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 wah. That's not a good way, in my view, of talking to patients. My way is to ask the patient questions so I can assess what they understand. In fact, Swami says the same thing. How many are Balvikas gurus here? Any Balvikas gurus? So Swami says it's not enough for the teacher to teach. The student has to assess, the teacher has to assess the students to make sure they understand what has been taught. And this is what I do with my patients as well, like the fellow who wanted to eat ice cream. Yeah? So what you do then is you have self-confidence, then you have self-satisfaction, and then you have self-sacrifice. Self-sacrifice is not this, giving up everything and I will live like a hermit. That's not what Swami means by self-sacrifice. What does self-sacrifice mean? Yes, it means just being. And rather than saying, I will not have any ego, which is really hard, the best way to do this is just to be the witness. Just be the witness. Just watch. Once Swami had gone to the old Muddanahalli campus, way back in the 1980s. It was started by a group of several young men in those days. They were young. They were called Tyagajivis, that is, people who had renounced the world, and they wanted to provide education for the poor students in the neighboring village. Now, this was 1980s Karnataka. Education, especially in the villages, was not very good, right? I mean, you can imagine it was really not of any considerable standard. So they wanted to provide education free to some of the village students, and they started a school in Swami's name. Bhagavan eventually, in his grace, took over that school, and on one of his visits to that school, he called the seniors who were involved in organizing the school. And Swami said to them, I'm going to teach you a mantra. He said, this mantra is more powerful than Panchakshari. Panchakshari means Om Namah Shivaya. This mantra is more powerful than that. And Swami said, would you like to hear it? And they said, yes, Swami, yes, yes, yes. And Swami, being Swami, says, you want to hear it? And they said, yes, Swami, please tell us, Swami, please tell us. And Swami just stood silent for a minute. And then he just said, in English, he said, watch. And they all said, oh, they hadn't thought of that. Watch. This mantra, just not that you're saying watch, but you're practicing being the witness. Swami says is more powerful than Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya means Nama Japa, right? Chanting the name of God. Just being the witness. So can we do this? How would you do this in your daily life? How would you be the witness? So, brother, what's your name? Aditya. So any ideas how you would be the witness? Are you studying? Are you working? What are you doing?
I'm studying and working.
Both? Man, you must be really busy.
I see.
Okay. All right. So how would you watch in your daily life?
I guess just be conscious of my own emotions.
So you'd watch your own emotions, right? Not be conscious of them. You would watch them. You would witness them, right? And brother, what's your name? Ujwal. Okay. How would you be the witness in your life? Give me an example. Give me a real life example where you can put this into practice.
Yeah, well, currently I'm on the job hunt, so
Mhm.
I think an example of me just being the witness is, just doing my part and just feeling confident that I'm doing everything I need to and just leaving the results.
No, that's monkey mind. That's monkey mind. That's not being the witness. Witness means you do everything that's required, right? But you're watching it as if it's happening to someone else. You're watching it as if you're watching maybe a movie. Yeah, does that make sense? So you're just watching, but you're not getting involved in what is happening, okay? So let's say a relevant example is in the United States you have these elections, right? Okay? A good way to practice this is just to be the witness. Just be the witness. Don't get involved emotionally, mentally, just be the witness. Just watch what is happening. Does that make sense? Is that fair? Okay. You're going to the grocery store and you see someone doing something, normal things that we all do in a grocery store. What happens unconsciously is we start to judge. This person is male or female, they're skinny or fat, they're tall or short, they're young or old, they're good or bad, they are similar to us, they're not similar to us, I like them, I don't like them. Yeah, does this happen? Have you all, you know what I'm talking about. Instead, just be the witness. Just watch. Today we went to the bank for some work, and my role was just to watch. I had some work to do with my family, but it was just being the witness, just watching. I went to the airport the other day, and it was in Washington Dulles Airport. And I couldn't understand because everyone in DC were saying, you're going to Dulles. I said, no, I'm going to Dallas. And I said, yeah, but you're leaving from Dulles. No, I'm going to Dallas. So I flew out of Washington Dulles, and it was super crowded. But I just watched. I was seeing husband and wives fighting with each other because there's so much crowd. I was watching just people running around from one gate to the other, just being the witness. So this is how you can get out of this zhung, 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 zhung that all of you are in. And I see this so much, I see it too much. You're not able to sit still. Yeah? Does that make sense? Why are you having a sad face? Is it true for you? Behind you. Yeah? What's your name, sister? Jyotsi. So this is correct, right? Yeah? Mine is going like a roller coaster, Yes, be the witness instead, okay? Be the witness. Now, if you're enjoying a tasty meal, right? Let's say you're eating some really good food. Enjoy the food, right? You're in bhajans, and there's a beautiful bhajan being sung. Enjoy the bhajan, enjoy that bliss. So being the witness doesn't mean you become wooden or dead, but it just means you're just being the witness, okay? And then finally you have self-realization. Self-realization is what again? No. What is self-realization? Self-realization is the knowledge that only Atma exists, only God exists, at any place and any time. So the beautiful understanding of this is once you know this, you know there's no other place and there's no past or future. Yeah? There's no other. There's no other. There's no one else. It's just the self. Okay, so let's hear some questions. Sister in the red.
When you say be the witness, you still have to act in the world though, right? If something wrong is happening in front of you, you have to act on it.
Sure, take care of it. But what happens is, your shirt is red, and then soon what happens is when you're not being the witness, your face turns red. Yes? So instead, sometimes, okay, are you married? Okay, so you'll find this out when you get married. Okay? Why you're laughing, Chitra? Is that right, Niranjan? You better not say anything, no? So you do what needs to be done, right? That's your duty. This is your duty, right? But you don't what happens is all of you are taking things too seriously. The external world, especially you young adults, you're taking things too seriously. You're assuming that this Maya reality is true. You're dreaming, 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 dreaming. Wake up from the dream and realize that you are the self, that you are God, and that only God exists. Within this Maya dream, continue to play your role as the best that you can. If you're a student, be the best student. If you're the best student and worker, be the best student and worker that's a lot of work. If you're a husband, be the best husband. If you're the wife, be the best wife. If you're a devotee, be the best devotee. Whatever it is, play that role to the best that you can. That's the game. That's how we play that Maya game. But all of you are taking this too seriously. In fact, Swami once told us, he said, the moment you become serious, you are no longer living, you are merely existing. You're merely existing. That doesn't sound very good, does it? Once, we had this time from 2008 to 2011. That was when we were in form. So in form means like Swami's giving you so much attention and You get called frequently. So we were informed. Those are really, for Shivani and I, that was our golden age. And Swami and in fact, people would tease us from the Sathya Sai Hospital in Bangalore. They said, "Oh, you went to Puttaparthi this weekend. What did Swami say to you?" It was actually like people were teasing us. And so once Swami called us in, and he said, "Do you know why you two have so much divine grace?" And we hadn't been in Swami's institution that long, but we knew enough so that when Swami asked these kind of questions, we should just be quiet. We shouldn't say anything. So we just did like this, And then Swami said, "Because no matter what happens, you are always happy." Yes. No matter what happens, you are always happy. Just the simple thing of being happy is enough for Swami to shower his grace on you. So why you have such a castor oil face? What's your name, uncle, sir? I don't know, are you older than me or younger than me? Should I say uncle or sir? What's your name? Yes, Pankaj, okay. So, okay. How old do you think I am? No, don't answer that, don't. So, that zest, so when I see my patients in the hospital, I can tell the ones who are going to do well. Because, I'm a cardiologist, and unfortunately, cardiologists, we treat a condition called heart failure, where the heart gets really weak. It's not able to pump well enough. And so it's one of the main causes of death. So sometimes being a cardiologist means that it's worse than being a cancer doctor because our patients don't survive. But the ones that do survive, interestingly, are the ones, they take their medicines, they follow their doctor's prescriptions, they are compliant with their diet and exercise, all the things that they should do. But the ones that do the best, not surprisingly, are the ones who are the happiest. The ones who come in with all joy and josh and enthusiasm, they're the ones that are going to do well. The ones that come in with castor oil faces, they're out of here after a while. Really, that's what happens. So this is how important it is to be happy. Just to be happy. And you can be happy about anything. So the other day, I was in Dallas airport, and I was waiting for my flight. So I have this practice of constantly sharing Swami's love. I learned this from him, sitting next to him, and I would see how Swami, whoever came to Swami, whether it was visitors from abroad or from within India, from the Sai organization, faculty or students, whoever it was, Swami would treat them as if they were the most beautiful thing ever in creation. It was so lovely to see. And so I thought, well, shoot, if Swami can do this, then let me try. So what I did is I started to just give love all the time. And I would start with the hospital, and I would just practice, okay, let me radiate Swami's love. I tried with my own love, and honestly, it stunk. It didn't work. So then I said, let me try with Swami's love, because Swami's love is like, so much like an endless ocean. Let me try with Swami's love. And so I would just go into the hospital, and I would just radiate his love. And the most amazing things would happen. In the hospital, how it is, because people come from so far to see us. They travel sometimes 2 or 3 days, sometimes from faraway countries like Nepal and Bangladesh. They take 2, 3, 4 days just to come by train to see us. And so we allow them into the hospital early so that they can take a shower and wash up and charge their phones and all these kind of things. And they were in the waiting room, and I walked in, just radiating Swami's love. And the whole hall went silent. Doing, you could have dropped a pin. It was like that. And I would do this with each patient as they would walk into my room. They would take turn. How it is we have one room, and the patients will come in, go out, come in, and go out. And I would do this with each and every patient and whichever family member or friend had come with them. I would just blast them with love, okay? And people responded in the most beautiful ways. Once one person says, doctor, when I saw you, this is a Christian gentleman, I felt like I was seeing the face of Mother Teresa. Another gentleman, a Muslim, said, for me, my Allah is here in Sai Baba Hospital. This is the feedback I got. Another patient, when he was leaving the hospital, okay? Now, most people, when they leave their hospital, like, haha, see you, tata, bye-bye. But when he was leaving the hospital, he and his wife were both crying. And so we inquired, what happened? We thought maybe they didn't have money, maybe they were still worried about their health. He had undergone an operation, which was very successful. And he had checked out, gotten back into his regular street clothes, and they were leaving the ward, and they were crying. And we inquired, how come? Why are you crying? And they said, we've been to so many hospitals, but never have we received as much love as we have received here in Sai Baba's hospital. That's the power of Swami's love. Now, do you know how Swami responded to me when I did this simple practice? Now, have you ever seen those boys who sit next to Swami, right? When Swami was doing, and how many of you have secretly had this desire to be one of those boys? Yeah, all of us pretty much. Yes, we were like, man, that guy's so lucky, okay? So all of us. So what happened is, I'm sitting in the doctor's section on the veranda, and Swami would come, and he would sit next to me. This is how Bhagavan acknowledged that one simple practice of sharing love. And this happened many, many times with Swami, where he would give that chance to sit directly next to him. The first few times I took like 10,000 Pad Namaskars. And then after that I said, no, Swami wants me to sit quietly and just be. There's a reason that he's giving me this chance. And this is the power of love. So the other day, I was in Dallas Airport waiting for a flight. And you know how Dallas Airport is in the summertime, right? There's hardly any people there. It was fully crowded. It was jam-packed. And I was just waiting for our turn to come to the gate. And what I do is, my practice of sharing love is to love each person with Swami's love, but I love them as if they were a small child. Okay? So can you do that now? Just in your inner scene, see everybody in this room, in your inner scene, as if they're a small child. Close your eyes. See them as if they're a small child, and give Swami's love to them. Give the love of God to them. Not your love, but Swami's love, as if they were just a small child. Good. Open your eyes again. It just takes a moment, no? Just takes some. Can you open this? Just takes a moment. How did that feel? I need another victim. Brother in the blue shirt? Yes. You have a girlfriend? No? So then you don't know yet? Okay, all right. How about the brother in the tie-dye?
Everybody call me that, brother. It just felt natural.
Yes, yes. Now what happens to you? What's your name? Bala. So I was practicing this practice of just sharing Swami's love, and I would love each person as if they're a small child. Why? Because, kids are naughty, right? Little kids this high, they're naughty, right? They're going to do naughty things. They're going to put their hand on the stove. They're going to throw temper tantrums. They're going to misbehave. They're going to run into the street, and their mother is going to run after them. That's what little kids do. But when you love them like little children, there's a sweetness. There's an affection. There's a tendency not to judge. Does this make sense? Yeah? Aunties in the back, could you understand this? Can I hear from the ladies on this side? You have children, right? So how was it for you? Just call out. Let's do it again, okay? All right, just close your eyes. You're in your inner scene. Everyone in this room is just a small child. And love them as if they were your own small child, not somebody else's child, your own small child. Good. This time I can feel it. Good, good. Okay, so ladies, how was that different this time?
I think to understand that, do you tell them I'm going to give you Swami's love, or just in your own mind, like you said?
Not from your mind, from your heart. You can't love with your mind, it's from your heart. Okay, let's do it again. From your heart, you're giving Swami's love. What I do is I just imagine I'm their mother, and I just give them a big hug in my inner scene, to all of them, everyone, all at once, just sharing Swami's love. Okay, let's do it again, from your heart. Okay, good. Good. Tell me your name again. This one. Yes. Sanjana. So what happened, Sanjana?
I noticed I'm weird that I'm thinking about my dog.
Mm-hmm.
Like, like when you see, like when I see my dog, you just want to like,
Yeah.
you know.
Yes. Yeah. I know. I have 3 dogs. It's okay. Yes.
So I was just thinking about like how like I would just shower her with a pet.
Yes. But were you doing that for everyone here?
I was thinking about service.
Okay. All right. Very good. Okay. All right. Others?
I felt like there wasn't any hindrance.
No hindrance. Okay.
It was very fluid.
Yes. Very good. Very good. This is what, you know, the change from my relationship with Swami when I started to do this was just phenomenal. It was like a switch came on, and suddenly I was Swami's best friend. I was his bestie, just from this one practice of sharing his love with everyone. But what I noticed as I got better and better at this is that I wasn't able to do it all the time. So you may have heard of me say this before, but it's worth repeating. So once in an interview, I asked Swami, I said, Swami, we see the way that you love, and we try to love just like that. But sometimes we're not able to. And it was, our family was there again. Swami looked at my wife Shivani and he said, because sometimes you are afraid. And I had the habit of always repeating back to Swami whatever he said because I wanted to make sure I understood correctly. See, this is a good point, okay? Have a habit of repeating back to Swami whatever he tells you inside to make sure that you hear him correctly. So I did. I said, because we are afraid, Swami, and Swami nodded his head and he turned to me. I was on Swami's left side, and he said, and because sometimes you forget. So the reason you're not able to love, and did this happen to you? Either you're afraid or you forgot. Which one was it? Yes, so heart is closed. Heart is closed, and that's okay. So then what you have to do is to work on opening your heart, learning to love more, learning to really give that love out to everyone and everything. I do this when I'm riding in the car, whether I'm driving or riding. I do this when I'm in the metro. I do this when I'm on a plane. The whole plane gets Swami's love when I'm at the airport. So the other day I was in the airport, as I mentioned, coming back to the Dallas story. I was in Dallas airport and we were waiting to board the flight. And as usual, I was just broadcasting Swami's love. And this is how I have fun with this game. So what happens is if I forget to love, then I just make it a game. I tap myself playfully on the shoulder and I said, oh, Swami, you really got me that time, but help me not to forget again. Okay? So I make it a game. Does that make sense? So you're playing with Swami. You're seeing that actually everyone is Swami. And maybe the reason why you couldn't remember to love them, because Swami said you forget, is because Swami's disguise was so good that you got fooled. Does that make sense? Ah, Swami, you really fooled me that time, but help me not to forget again. So make it a game. Make this game of, this is how we do love all. Yes? How many of you are practicing this, love all? Not like this, kind of, but not like this, yes? Where you're loving all the time when you're in the car, the metro, the train, your office, the colleague in office you don't like, right? Yes, sister.
Basic question. How do you differentiate between, maybe the love between you, your love and Swami's love?
Swami's love is like an endless ocean. It's endless, 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 endless. Imagine, just close your eyes for a moment, all of you. Just close your eyes and imagine that there's an endless ocean of God's love. Okay? And now imagine that you're a piece of sugar candy, rock candy, and you just get dropped into that ocean. And what happens to sugar candy when it's in the water? It just dissolves. And just dissolve yourself into that endless ocean of God's love. That's all. Now see, all of these practices that I'm telling you, thumb meditation, sharing Swami's love, seeing everyone as if they're a small child and just loving them as if they were a small child, just like how a mother would love their own precious son or daughter. All these take just a moment, right? You don't have to sit in meditation for 10 hours. Just to take some moment, and you can do this wherever you are. You can do it in college. You can do it but you don't know where you're going. Okay, you can do it wherever you're going, right? So this is how you can practice, and your sadhana then becomes 24/7. So coming back to my Baltimore story again, or Dallas airport story again, I was there sharing Swami's love with everyone, and then suddenly this big, huge guy comes and stands next to me as we're waiting to board the gate. We were against the wall on the opposite side where the boarding gate was, and this guy was like, I was like this. I'm not very tall, but this guy was like, if he reached up, he could break the ceiling, that kind of thing. He was so tall, he was like a football player. And in my joking way, and this is how I have fun. Remember, Swami says, don't get serious. The moment you become serious, you're no longer living, you're merely existing. So in my own way, I just said, oh, Swami, this guy is so big, and I know you're going to make him sit next to me on the flight. Right? But what happened is, and then I made a joke to myself, and in that laughter, the love that came from this body to his body was just purely divine. Yeah? This is how you play the game. This is how you play the game. It's just a game, and the game is to share Swami's love all the time, all the time, all the time. And if you forget, just tap yourself on the shoulder, say, oh, Swami, you really fooled me that time, but help me not to forget again. Okay, let's stop here and hear some questions, some doubts. Let's take it from the young adults. Can you guys pass the mic around so that others can hear you? Whatever you'd like to ask. You understood everything or you didn't understand anything? Which one is it? Yes, brother in the white shirt in the first row.
Sairam. So, this is my own personal sadhana. So it's kind of like I try to do some sadhana. So I feel like I'm getting up. I'm trying to connect, do a lot of different sadhanas, right? And suddenly something comes up and I just go down. And then this happens again and again. So I don't know if I'm doing something wrong. Is there any, I think that's where you started with today, like, dipping down. So even though we pick up whatever you said, right, then again it goes down.
Yeah.
So
what will happen is, after today's talk, I'll tell you what will happen. You want to know? Okay? You'll all go home, you're like, oh wow, that was a great talk. And man, I really want to practice that love. And yeah, I'd really like to sit next to Swami. So let me try, sharing Swami's love. And how was it again? Okay, he said like a small child. And you practice this, and you'll do it for a little while, and then you'll stop. Right? This happens when you go to retreat. This happens when you go to bhajans on, when do you guys meet? Sundays? Sundays, yes? You feel good for a little while, and then Monday morning you go to office, you're like, man, right? Why this happens is because you love the things of the world more than you love Swami. Is that correct? Yes? Why it happens is because you love the things of the world more than you love Swami. It's that simple. It's that simple. You're not being the witness. You're not practicing. Watch. Go back to being the witness. Go back to being the witness. Just like I was when I was in Dulles Airport, Washington Dulles, not Dallas, Dulles Airport. And it was so crowded, so busy. There was hardly a place to sit. And I was laughing, I was telling my parents, I said, there's some guys from Ireland, and they're talking in American, and they're talking in English. And then the two Ireland guys were talking to themselves, and I couldn't understand a word they were saying, ha ha ha, just laughing like that. But I gave them love, Swami's love, just like I would give to everybody else. But that's the fun that you have. So you're getting too serious again. You're like this, most of you. You're getting too serious. Yes, brother, you know this? Tell me.
Sairam.
See, he's even got his phone here just in case it rings. Yes? Just in case. Correct? No?
I just kept it because my son is at home, so my family's back home. In
Sure,
yeah.
but nothing's going to happen because that's an example of being too serious. Have that confidence that Bhagavan will take care of you and your family. You have faith that God is there. You have faith that Swami is God, but you lack that confidence that I am safe. The universe is a safe place. Swami always takes care of me. Yes? So you had a question. Yeah, go ahead.
Sairam. So when you explained about think like everybody's a kid, so I was thinking Swami itself is my kid. I like my daughter and son, so I imagine them like Swami is my kid climbing on my shoulder and everything, right? So, but when we try to practice the love and pass it on at various situations. So morning when I start with the work, we do that, right? At least I do that. But when the day passes and tries to deal with multiple situations based on the office or at family side or anything, but all of a sudden your emotion is not towards the love rather than trying to maybe solve the problem or try come out with the conflict. Right?
You forget. You forget.
Okay.
Yes? So a simple way is just to take a short break, maybe once in an hour. You can put a chime on your phone. You can put an alarm. Maybe there's a bell that rings in your workplace, whatever it is. Just to take 30 seconds and reconnect with Swami. Yeah? Is that a simple way that you can do even during the workplace, so that while you're working, you just remind yourself to reconnect to Swami. Otherwise, what happens is you get so busy in the activities of the day that you forget. And it happens to all of us. Now, what I did, how I would do it is, let's say I'm in the operating theater, okay? Operating theater is not the time to think about buying groceries, my laundry, or other problems that I may be facing in my life. So what I do is when I'm in the operating theater, it's just that and nothing else. Nothing else. And I'm sure you would appreciate that, yeah, man, I hope my doctor is also doing the same thing. Correct? Yes? But once I'm done with the operation and I finished my duties, I go back to being the witness. I go back to unconditional love. I go back to sharing Swami's unconditional love. So as long as you're in a task, do that task 100%, 110%, 200%. But once it's done, step back and go back to being unconditional love again. Go back to being pure love. What right now, tell me your name?
Satya.
Satya. Okay, that's a good name. But instead, Satya, can you identify, instead of saying I am Satya, can you say I am pure love? Can you identify internally that way? Yes? Yeah? You introduce yourself as Satya, no problem, but internally, you're identifying yourself as pure love. If you all do that, if you change just how you identify with yourself, see the difference it'll make. I'm not, sir, your name? Nagarjuna. So Nagarjuna is the name of the body. Fine, no problem. But the true me, that's pure love. Yeah? And see how that changes your orientation. See how that changes. So I'm giving you all small tips that hardly take 30 seconds. But you can do this every day.
Sorry, following up, I'm taking your time. When you say be as a witness, right? In couple of situations, what's happening in the corporate world, if two people are talking, let's say that I don't want to be in that situation, but having said that, if I have to witness that, then tomorrow I'll be the person who will be called in my boss room saying, hey, you witness the whole situation. So how do you want to handle those types of situations?
What are they doing? Are they beating each other up, or what's
no,
happening?
actually, there could be some controversial topic or anything that they might be talking, right? So tomorrow, if anything happens, then you were part of the witness, right? He will call me as a witness to support him or something. I mean, just giving that as a scenario.
So here's an interesting lesson Swami gave. He says that when someone does a wrong act, he says 50% of the karma goes to the person who performed the wrong act, okay? Like let's say they steal, okay? So 50% of the karma goes to them. 25% of the karma goes to his or her accomplice. And the balance 25% goes to the witness who saw what was happening but remained silent. So if you get a bashing from your boss for watching what's happening and you didn't do anything about it, then Satya, you deserve it then. Huh?
So if that is the case, why should I witness it? That's my question.
Yes, so then how can you, at that point, become a force of love in your office? See, the problem is not what those two are doing. The problem is how much love are you giving to both of them? You see the difference? Change the question entirely. It's not about them. It's never about the other person. It's what are you doing? Now, if you can go like this and put your hands like this, okay, fine. But that's not really going to transform anyone, right? Instead, if you are a constant force of love in your workplace, see the difference that'll happen. I remember some of my colleagues, this happened even when I was in the Cleveland Clinic, they would say, Dr. Srikanth, sometimes when you're not there, we fight kitch with each other. We argue about patients, we discuss this and that, why did you come late and so forth. But whenever you're there, everyone gets along. Nobody fights. Yeah. See the difference that power of unconditional love makes. And try it with these colleagues. Be like the sun radiating love. Blast them with Swami's love and see what happens. Okay? Yes, sister.
My question was also similar kind of thing, that like you said at the airport, you started giving Swami's
Not
love.
started, continued.
Continued,
It
yeah,
started
my-
from leaving the house, driving to the airport, entering the airport, giving my luggage, going through security, getting to the gate.
So how do we know whether we have helped them with Swami's
Who
love?
cares? That's not your concern. You think you're really here to help? Who's serving whom?
Yeah, we are not serving,
No,
but
no. Who's serving whom? It's all you. All those beings are just you. There are, 7, 8 billion people on this planet? It's just 8 billion aspects of yourself.
so we are giving Swami's love for our sake.
No, you're just giving Swami's love because your very nature is love.
I see.
The true you is God. The true you is pure love. Yes. Yes. Sister. Can you repeat the question?
Do you visualize yourself as Swami when you're passing Swami's love to others? Do you give a form or do you just say verbally and it's okay, I'm passing Baba's love to everybody?
So you're asking if you visualize or should you say it? Both of that is coming from the monkey mind. Okay? Both of that is coming from the monkey mind. And this is another common spiritual ailment I see, is many of you are doing your sadhana from the level of the monkey mind. Right? Many of you are doing your sadhana from the level of the monkey mind. Even something as essential as sharing love is coming from here rather than from here. What I want you to do is to be like the sun. Okay? The sun doesn't think about sending light. It just does it every day, all day long. If it stops even for a fraction of a second, we're all toast. Right? The sun just keeps on giving light. Can you do that? Just share Swami's love. Just let it pass. Let Swami's love pass to you and through you, to everyone and everything around you. Now, I had once, I'll just give you an example of what I mean. Once I had to have some documents signed by Swami. Imagine, it was for my medical license for when I came to India. And the head of the institution had to sign off for some documents that had to be submitted to the government. Now, who's the head of the Sri Sathya Sai Institute of Higher Medical Sciences? Swami, right? So Dr. Hegde, the director, went and took the documents. Swami lovingly signed them. And then he showed me those documents that Swami had signed afterwards. It was just a signature, but just the love coming from that paper. Oh, it was just divine. It was heaven, just holding that paper. Just heaven, just Swami's pure love. Just from something as simple as that. So if you're holding this mic, or this water bottle, or the chair that you're sitting in right now, or the place where you're sitting, the power of that love that's coming from you should be so strong that that love permeates wherever your physical body is. So each of you sitting in these chairs, if I sit in that chair afterwards, I should see your love. So can you give me your phone? I've done this last time before. Now don't check your messages, just give the phone, okay? All right. So I see a lot of stress on this phone. Yes? How come? What I want to see is unconditional love, pure love. One time, my wife Shivani picked up a t-shirt. She was holding a shirt and putting it into my cupboard. And she said to me, she just held the shirt like this, and she said, I feel so much love coming from this shirt. And I said, yes, of course. That's what you should do. That's what I want to see. So if I, tell me your name again, brother? Aditya? Right, so if I, now please don't give me your shirt, but just say that, you know, if I took his shirt, for example, I should feel love in that. If I sat in your place, I should feel that, not your love, Swami's love coming from there. Does that answer your question? Are you able to? Just like the sun. Just be like the sun. Don't.
Should feel like that? Or
What you're doing is you're thinking too much.
that I am.
Yes, you're thinking too much. Don't think so
How
much.
do you make it easy? Is there a way to?
Yes, stop thinking and just use your heart. Let Swami's love come to you and through you and just blast everyone with his love. That's all. Just let it go like a river flowing. That's all. Try it first with people you know.
So in the same way, I have another question. Like I saw in your YouTube program, when you do Gayatri Mantra, are we supposed to visualize Gayatri's face, or we just keep on chanting?
Ayo, don't think so much. This is what I meant, no? Most of you are doing your sadhana from the level of the monkey mind, okay? Don't think so much. Keep it simple, keep it simple. In fact, Swami said once, he said, simplify, simplify, simplify your lives. He said it 3 times. Simplify, simplify, simplify your lives. That means physically, but also means mentally as well. Don't think so much. Don't make your, if you need to eat food, you do like this, right? You don't go around like this to eat. Just keep your sadhana simple. And everything that I've shared with you today, what did we discuss? We discussed thumb meditation, right? What else? Sharing Swami's love. We talked about self-confidence, self-satisfaction, self-sacrifice, which becomes self-realization. And what is self-realization? Knowing that you are God and only God exists at any time or any place. Yes? And then what else did we talk about? Be the witness. Yes? More powerful than any mantra. Who's chanting Gayatri Mantra? You were saying, sister, right? About chanting Gayatri Mantra. More powerful than 10 bazillion Gayatris is just watch. Just be the witness. Just be the witness. Okay? Let's take, I think we'll just take 1 or 2 more questions. How much time do we have? Okay, so then let's take a few more questions then.
Sairam, last time Professor Anil Kumar said, just share your love. Now you say, just share Swami's love. I know Swami's love is like an ocean. Ours is just little bit. It's not hard to Swami all the time share your love to like saying Swami, instead of doing our love, we can send. Instead of trying to, our love should be like, the more and more. Why we giving Swami to so much task? Swami, share your love all the times. Like, why don't we try to do our own love to spread more?
Too much monkey mind, ayo. Please, Swami. Swami, please. Don't use your monkey mind so much. Stay in that state of love. Try to just be love. Just be love. That's enough. Just focus on Swami's pure, 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 pure love. Our son, when he was in Swami's school, in the primary school, sometimes, so they would, the food would be prepared for Swami in his quarters, and Swami would just take a small amount, and then he would send the rest of the food to the primary school. Swami was very fond of the small children, and he would send the food, and it would be mixed in the food that the children were getting. And the favorite of the children was Swami's rasam. Rasam means, this sambar type of drink, thin liquid soup. And Swami, and the students say, Swami's rasam has come. Swami's rasam is coming. And that rasam that Swami had just taken one spoon from, wow, what love was in that rasam. What pure love was in that rasam. I mean, the reason why the students, and these are small kids, like 8, 9-year-old kids, the reason they enjoyed that rasam was, sure, it was very tasty and spicy and, like that, but the real reason was it was just filled with Swami's love. The focus on that, not on the rasam, on the love. Yeah, focus on Swami's love. You forget all these other. Don't make it so complex, guys, ladies. Keep it simple. Simplify your life. Sadhana should be simple. If you're doing complex sadhana, chances are you're going to screw up. Okay, just keep it very simple. Okay. Yes, sister.
How did you choose to work in climate and air pollution out of all of the other things that you could work on? How did you get to that career path?
I have no idea. I just, so in 1986 or 7, when I was in medical school, I had come to Swami and I collected a book of all of Swami's teachings on health up until that time. And I made it into a small booklet and I gave it to Swami and I'd come to Puttaparthi. Swami blessed the book and everything. And at that time, I had to decide what specialty to go into. Whether I wanted to be a neurosurgeon or a cardiologist or internal medicine doctor or whatever it was, I had to start thinking about that because it was time to apply for the specialty residencies that I would go into. So I asked Swami. And you know what he said? He said, it doesn't matter. The purpose of your work is not about saving the world. It's not about making the world a better place. Those are tired tropes. They don't mean anything. The purpose of work is to share Swami's love. Yeah. The purpose of your job is to share Swami's love. The purpose of your travel from here to back home, apart from moving your body from one place to another, is to share Swami's love. When I travel on this trip, I'm coming from Bangalore to Dallas, Dallas to DC, back to here. I'm going to Brazil, then Chile, then London, then finally I'm going back to Bangalore. The purpose of all this travel is not because I have work-related meetings and all those things. The purpose is what? What do you think? To share Swami's love. Yes. Don't get caught up in those things. Again, you guys are using your monkey mind too much. Keep it simple. Simplify your life. Focus on Swami's love, and the rest will take care of itself. Yes, sister. And then over on this side. So, sister there, and then, yes, here.
Can we say that our job is to just send love and not be part of karma yoga where you say you
No, don't do that. All that other stuff. You got it right. At the beginning, I was like, yes. And then after the other stuff about karma, I was like, no, it's nothing to do with those things, okay? Forget all that. Just be love. Okay. See, understand this. We said the purpose of birth is what? Self-realization, right? And self-realization is what? Knowing that only God exists at any time, at any place. Knowing that you are God and only God exists at any time and any place. This is Swami's definition of self-realization. That's the purpose of birth, right? But how do you do that? You can do that through the path of love, which is what we've been discussing today, all night, or you can do that through the path of wisdom, which is inquiry, meditation, and so forth, okay? Love will show you that you are everything. So when you share love with everyone in this room, what will happen when you're doing it well, you will feel that you are everyone here, okay? When I go to the airport, I'm everyone in the airport. When I'm in the plane with however many hundred people, I'm everyone on the plane. Love shows me that I am everything. Wisdom, on the other hand, will show you that you are no thing. Not nothing, no thing. For most of us as householders, the path of love is the easiest one. I don't know, any of you becoming sannyasis here? Any girls? No? Brothers? No? Not anymore? Okay. That's fine. So you're living in the world. Follow the path of love. Follow the path of wisdom too. Put them both together, but love is going to be the rocket fuel that propels you forward. So please just focus on unconditional love. Forget the rest. All that karma, shmarma, and all that stuff, just leave it alone. Okay? Brother, there was a question in the white shirt.
You first. Yeah. I'm a bit confused here. What's the difference between our love and Swami's love if we're all one?
So tell me your name again.
Atharv.
Atharv.
Yes.
Atharv's love will be like a cup. Okay? Swami's love, or like that blue flask you're holding. Okay? That much love. Swami's love is like an endless ocean of love. Endless ocean of love. There's no limit. And it's the sweetest, most beautiful love you can imagine. My goodness, if you knew right now how much Swami loved you, you would just leave your body immediately. If you knew right now how much Swami loves you, you would have no need. You would be finished, done. That's the power of God's love. Yes, brother behind.
Sai Ram, thank you very much. I've been a very big fan of you since a long time ago. Thank you. Since you're talking, I'm sitting here and you're like the words that you just said are blowing in my mind and reminding me some things that Swami told me. And I'm like speechless now, like very emotional, like, wow, Swami, you're repeating everything through you in front of me.
That's it. That's what I want to see. That love should come like, I'm so happy. And when you have that happiness, that bliss, Swami's grace comes like a waterfall on you.
One first thing you told that you don't love like with this real love because you are focused on things, on the world. And I've been lucky, let's say, having some interaction or conversation with Swami or interviews. And one day, one episode, Swami asked me, I was on my knees, Swami was sitting on the chair, Swami asked me, if I put Swami on this hand and I put the world on the other hand, what do you choose? I was like, I don't know. Yeah, Swami, I choose you. Swami said, so if you choose me, why you keep going behind the things on this world? You know what? My love, this world, he said, this world, the things of the world are not even one spark of my love. Mm-hmm. Then he said, the things on this, the whole universe is not even one spark of my love. And then, third time he said, all the universes, he said, all the universes, not even one spark of my love. So why you keep running behind the things of this planet? And it was like end of my conversation. And then the other things, I was very wondering about my mission on this world, on this planet.
Mission.
Yeah, I asked Swami, what's my mission of this world? And Swami said, yes, you have a very big mission. I said, well, let's see. Swami said, yes. You know what your mission is? To love all.
Jai Sai Ram.
That's it.
Lovely. Let's give him a big hand. That was lovely. Wonderful.
And thank you so much. One ultimate things, you told him, if you love with Swami's love, it's gonna be the end, something like that. And in something that it's been going around in my mind that I don't understand. Swami told me, I love you. I was surprised and I said, Swami, I love you too. And Swami said, no, I love you more. And I said, I was like I don't know, it was really weird. I said, okay, Swami, I love you. I love you too. And then Swami said, no, you know what? I love you and I cannot love you more. And then he said, if I love you a little bit more, you're going to merge immediately with me. So it was like, you just said to him, and just everything is coming to my mind, and I said, Swami, wow. And after that, I've been experienced this love multiple times, but it's coming to the state of this expansion and consciousness where I feel love even in the world. First time I felt that from what I am, it was so powerful. It lasts like 2 weeks, first time. But then I'm coming back to the consciousness of the mind. And it's like very, very sad, very bad. And I've been working on how to keep on that love expansion and that consciousness and not coming back to the operating.
Can I give you one hint?
Huh?
Can I give you one tip?
Yes.
To stay in that state? Play with Swami. Play with him. Take a song. So my wife likes to do Zumba and aquatic dance. She's really a really good swimmer. And so sometimes you'll sing that song. What's that song? I'm in love with your body. Who sings that song? Ed Sheeran song, right? Yeah, so we'll take these popular pop songs and just change the words and make it about Swami and how much you love him. No? In your own room when you're getting ready, dance for Swami, sing to him, have fun with Swami, play with him, tell him jokes, tease him. Do this kind of work and see how your relationship, that sweetness in your relationship with Swami will change. You mentioned that you didn't know how much Swami loved you. Why? Remember what Swami said when I asked him, I said, why we try to love like I try to love like you do, Swami, but sometimes we're not able to. What were the 2 reasons Swami gave? One is because you're afraid, and the second is you forget. You know what though? We're also not able to receive Swami's love. One thing is to give Swami's love, either because you're afraid or you forget. The second part is to receive Swami's love. And that's because you're afraid. Why? I am not good enough. I am not good enough. I am not good enough. And because of this foolish belief, you block Swami's love from coming to you. Instead, if you say, Swami, I'm your divine son. I'm your divine daughter. Swami, I am you. And I deserve all your love. See how it changes. And see how much that waterfall, that flood of Bhagavan's love comes into your life. See how this microphone, the tabla, the chair that you're sitting in, the sofa that you sit in at home, the chair you sit in an office, the laptop that you use, everything becomes infused with God's love. These things are all just surrogates, right? There's nothing in this water bottle, but your love should be so strong that just touching this is enough to infuse Swami's love into it. Does that make sense? Yes? Play with Swami. Have fun with Swami. Tease Swami. Joke with Swami. Okay, if you have to go to the bathroom, you just say, Swami, wait right here. I'll be right back. But, play with him. Have fun like this. Enjoy with him. Swami loves this. And, when we were with Swami, the very first time Swami called us, Shivani and I, he said, he pointed to me, he pointed to her. And then he said, Are, these two have come back. And then he made a joke about us, which we couldn't hear. And then Swami started laughing at his own joke. He was making fun of us. He was teasing us. But that's the way that Swami is. So tease him, play with him, have fun with him. All right, I think we have time for 1 or 2 last questions. I think, were there anything from the gents? Because I've been ignoring questions from you guys. No, you're all okay? You understand? Got it? Okay. So 1 from the gents and 1 from the ladies.
Sadhana. I've been thinking about what is free will.
Nothing. Forget it. Okay?
Everything is Swami.
Just stop. So once one of my friends was sitting in Vrindavan, And he was sitting just in the second row. And there was a devotee in front of him. And Swami came up. This was in this was 2001, 2002 this happened. Swami came up and started talking to the devotee right in front of my friend. And you know how Swami has this power? Like, he can talk right next to you, but if he doesn't want you to hear, you can't hear anything, okay? So this is what was happening to my friend. And Swami and the devotee were talking for a long time. He couldn't hear anything until finally Swami stood up and he said, "Free will? There is no free will. The only free will you have is to either identify with the body or to identify with God. Because you're identifying with the body, you forgot self-realization. That's why you run into all these problems. Instead, if you identify with God, then you have freedom. Then you have free. Forget free will. Focus on freedom. And that freedom comes from identifying with God." Yeah. Sister.
Yeah. So I'm just praying to Swami to help me articulate my question correctly. And
Why? Because you think I'll scold you if I give it wrong?
No. Because I want because it's a feeling. It's not anything physical, and so I want to articulate it so that I get the right answer. So I practice light meditation. I practice sending out love, and I also practice what you said about walking into a room and sending out love. Especially since the last time you were here and you spoke about sending out love, that really touched me, and I've been practicing that. So the question I have is, while practicing that, sometimes the way I do it is I feel like a stream of love coming from Swami and sending it out. And sometimes while doing that, that flow is interrupted and I feel negative vibrations coming back at me. How do I prevent that from happening? How do I keep the flow going and not have it interrupted by anything happening around me?
So you're doing the Jyoti meditation, right?
That is, I start the day with that.
Great.
But
Great. Jyoti meditation is a wonderful
during that,
way.
it's one way. During that, I'm sending out Swami's love.
So what I suggest is you're using the Jyoti meditation. Let the Jyoti meditation teach you three things. The first thing it should teach you is, I am in the light. Yes? Correct? No? Okay. Second is, the light is in me.
Correct.
And then the third stage is, I am the light.
Correct.
Now, what we did today is the first stage. I am in the light, where you imagine Swami's love is coming to you and then through you. So Swami is somewhere there and separate from you, which actually is not correct, but it's a good way to help you to understand how to share Swami's love. But once you practice this, then instead of putting Swami somewhere away, like his love has to come from so far, like it has to come all the way from Prashantanilayam across so many time zones and then joing, come to you and then go out. Don't do that. No? Instead, Swami is here. Okay? So the light is in me. Correct? Okay, so now Swami is inside your heart, and it is Swami in your heart who is sending his love to everyone. Okay? So first what I described is I am in the light. Now you see Swami is inside of you, and it's his love that's coming from your heart to everybody else, not your mind, okay? Not your mind, from your heart, okay? And in the third stage, I am the light. There's no difference between your love and Swami's love. It's just Swami's love, okay? And then it just comes from you all the time. Does that help?
What if it gets interrupted by some vibration or something that...
Be the witness.
Occasionally, not always.
Be the witness.
Very occasionally.
Be the witness.
But I don't want
Thoughts,
that to happen. I want to get beyond that.
Thoughts, whatever it is, just be the witness.
Okay.
Don't pay any attention to them. Okay. Be the witness. Practice being the witness. Practice being love. Share your love with everyone. Share Swami's love with everyone. Let Swami's love come to you and through you, and your life will be blessed forever. Jai Sai Ram. Thank you, everyone.
Sai Ram.
Om Shri Sai Ram. Our humble gratitude to Swami for speaking through Dr. Sola today. I'm very happy. I'm beaming. See that? But I think you answered a lot of questions I was having today, like, after a very long work day and a weekday for all of us. So many things were running in my mind. I'm like, okay, that's it. I got the answer. So thank you for that. I think thank you for reminding us that God exists. God exists everywhere. And how do you see that? Is watch, be a witness that God exists everywhere. Very beautiful, very beautifully and eloquently brought out with so many examples and meditation techniques that we know, but we forget, like you said. And sometimes we block ourselves from witnessing God. We are afraid to accept that God exists everywhere. So thank you so much. We would love to express our gratitude of love to you. May I request Ganesh uncle to come and give him a... Can you please come in the front, uncle? Thank you. Sai Ram. Thank you again, and can we please give our Texas size gratitude, please? Thank you, everyone. We'll just do our regular closing, and please drive safely. For those of young adults who have come in from out of town, if you have not had your dinner, please go to the Founders Hall and have some food. Those of you other people, even if you're hungry, please come to the Founders Hall. We have some food, actually. So thank you. Sai Ram. Tat Shri Narayana Tu Purushottam Guru Tu Siddha Buddha Tu Skanda Vinayak Savita Pavak Tu Savita Pavak Tu Brahmamazdu Yava Shakti Tu Yesu Pita Prabhu Tu Rudra Vishnu Tu Rama Krishna Tu Rahim Dao Tu Rahim Dao Tu वासुदेव गो विश्वरूप तु चिदानंद हरि तु अद्वितीय तु अकाल निर्भय आत्मलिंग शिव तु आत्मलिंग शिव तु परमात्मलिंग शिव तु असतो मा सद्गमया तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमया मृत्योर्मा अमृतं गमया शांति 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 ओम जय जगदीश हरे स्वामी सत्य साई हरे भक्त जना संरक्षक भक्त जना संरक्षक वर्ति महेश्वर ओम जय जगदीश हरे शशिवदना श्रीकरा सर्वा प्राणपदे स्वामी सर्वा प्राणपदे आश्रित कल्पलतिका आश्रित कल्पलतिका आपद्बान्धव ओम जय जगदीश हरे मात पिता गुरुदैवमु मर्यादयु नीवे स्वामी मर्यादयु नीवे नाद ब्रह्म
जयस्वी हो साई महादेव सत्य साई महादेव मंगल आरती तुको मंगल आरती तुको मंदर गिरिधारी ओम जय जगदीश हरे नारायण नारायण ओम सत्यनारायण नारायण नारायण ओम नारायण नारायण ओम सत्यनारायण नारायण ओम सत्यनारायण नारायण ओम जय सद्गुरुदेव नारायण नारायण ओम सत्यनारायण नारायण नारायण ओम नारायण नारायण ओम सत्यनारायण नारायण ओम सत्यनारायण नारायण ओम जय सद्गुरुदेव बोलो नारायण नारायण ओम सत्यनारायण नारायण नारायण ओम नारायण नारायण ओम सत्यनारायण नारायण ओम सत्यनारायण नारायण ओम जय सद्गुरुदेव समस्त लोक सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्त लोक सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्त लोक सुखिनो भवन्तु शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः परमं पवित्रं बाबा विभूतिं परमं विचित्रं लीला विभूतिं परमार्थ इष्टार्थ मोक्ष प्रधानं बाबा विभूतिम् इदमाश्रयामि परमं पवित्रं बाबा विभूतिं परमं विचित्रं लीला विभूतिं परमार्थ इष्टार्थ मोक्ष प्रधानं बाबा विभूतिम् इदमाश्रयामि परमं पवित्रं बाबा विभूतिं परमं विचित्रं लीला विभूतिं परमार्थ इष्टार्थ मोक्ष प्रधानं बाबा विभूतिम् इदमाश्रयामि
ॐ साईश्वराय विद्महे